Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to ShootOut and welcome to, I think, the number one segment on this channel at the moment, and it's Premier League predictions. George, you're 7-5 down.
I'm 7-5 down.
What's the plan?
The plan of action is to carry on my Champions League form, which was pretty strong this week. I will say that myself with some serious chest and confidence.
You're the history.
Bravado.
You're the history of the Prem. You know, you're the history of the Liverpool and of the struggling Premier League teams. So go into the Champions League and do so well, make it look like nothing's wrong, and then when they come back to England, it's capitulation.
So I'm Liverpool now.
You're Liverpool.
Okay, fair enough. I'm looking through the fixtures now, Eunice, and I know what you're going to say for Liverpool. Second game of the week. We've got to start at home. Unfortunately, I wish we didn't. But
we do.
Liverpool second, but Chelsea versus Everton.
3 p.m. kickoff. There is no 12:30 lunchtime. Just to let you guys know. So, Chelsea Everton.
I'm sorry.
4-0.
Is that actually what you're going to say?
No, I have a day off.
I'm telling you now, mate. I've never been so unconfident on this show that Chelsea won't win a game of football, and I'll tell you why. I think this is the worst fixture almost in the league that we could have played. Because if we'd have played one of the big boys, guarantee we're up for it. Guarantee we'll know what to do. Everton right now are the best of the rest, I would say. They're in form. They're not conceding goals. They're scoring. They've got ex-Chelsea players who are in the form of their lives, who are going to come back to Stamford Bridge to haunt us, to hurt us, to continue this disgraceful, horrible narrative that December is just a month where we all want to recluse, we want to hermit, we want to become grizzly bears in dens, we want to hide. I want to hide. I've seen enough of December to just want this month over with. And Everton are on our tails right now. It's gone from looking up to Arsenal, how many points can we be close to them, to looking down and being like, bloody hell, that's a big cliff. And we are about to fall off of it, unfortunately. I genuinely can't see us winning this game.
I don't know what's going to happen, I'll be honest. And I say that because Everton are in fantastic form at the moment. Fantastic form. They've won 4 out of their last 5. They only lost 1 in the midst of that, and that was when they got killed against Newcastle for whatever reason. But every other game there, they've shown up. And recently, they've been playing pretty efficiently, right? Where they've been on the front foot. It's not been like Everton that normally are a little bit more recluse, and then, you know, you just see them on the break and they get a 1-0, they get a result. Like, no, they've actually been. We've seen what Dewsbury Hall's been scoring, and some of the players there that are starting to really gel, but in a simplified way. And this is what scares me, because we overcomplicate and what Maresca's doing at the moment and why we've not been getting results. Whereas David Moyes is the complete opposite. And just listen, we've got one only way, right? And this is all I know, and we're going to do it. So lads, go out there and good luck. And against Chelsea right now, that's probably how you beat us. So this is going to be interesting. At home, we don't have good form either. It's not looking good. I'll be honest. Maresca needs to go back to basics, and what concerns me is I don't think he will.
Correct. I mean, I say correct. I'm in full agreement with you. He's
gonna have to prove us wrong.
I genuinely. I hate the fact I'm even saying this. I'm desperate to be proven wrong here. I just feel like this month is about to get so much worse. It's Everton at home. The next league game after this is Newcastle away.
They get scary.
And then Aston Villa, who just win every match at home just after Christmas, which is always stinky. Yeah. We have to win this match, by the way.
And it's a 6-pointer. Everton are 1 point behind us. Yeah. They go above us if they get a result. And this is the thing. I truly believe this. If we go back to basics and it's a case of we simplify the way we play, we got players in their positions, and that's it, we can get a result. Man for man, we should have enough quality, and if it's simplified enough where the players can just execute, I reckon we can get a job done. I just feel like we're not going to do that. I feel like because Everton have been so good, Maresca's going to overanalyze them, try and put a system out that is just applicable towards Everton, and Everton are maybe going to make a couple of tweaks, get in behind and win 1-0. Like, it's just how it's going to go down if that's the case. So it's on us. It's on Maresca. It's on Maresca here.
Yeah. What do you think the score's going to be?
I think it's got 1-1 written all over it.
I'm inclined to agree. And that's me trying to be like, I don't want to say Chelsea are going to lose. We've got to win, man. It's Stamford Bridge. We're going to be expectant. We've, to be fair, Stamford Bridge hasn't seen any of this awful capitulation because the Arsenal draw doesn't quite fit into that narrative because it was a good result considering what we had. So it's our first time back at home. I'm going to say 1-1 as well. I can't say we're going to win because I think Everton are too good right now and I think we're on a free fall.
Even in terms of home form, we're catastrophic this season at the Bridge.
We've just had a really bad
we're
season.
We're 14th in terms of home form. Away form, we're second, ahead of Arsenal even. And Palace on top of that. I think that will play a part. But what I think will happen is I think Chelsea will grind out the first goal. Then Maresca does weird things. And then Everton get a late goal. And we're all just, heads in hands. And they nick a point.
Yeah. And it's like, are we angry because we didn't lose? Or like, I also hate this footballing thought too. Like, oh, if you can't win, make sure you don't lose.
Not in these games.
Heck, mate.
No, and
you said that after Bournemouth when we had no chance. We didn't even look like ever trying to win.
No, I hate the way that gets thrown around now these days.
Me too, bro.
And because, look, there's a reason that saying is only applicable in one scenario. When you're top of the league and you have something to protect.
Yes.
End
not
of story.
When you're void of ideas and don't know how to break teams down.
Yeah, not when
it's
you're when you're playing against teams where you should be picking up 3 points. Now, if you're top of the league, right, and you've gotten results, now you're thinking, okay, look, maybe we're starting to get a bit tired or whatnot. Okay, but we have to maintain this. Yeah, you know what? Don't lose. That's the most important thing. Don't lose. But not when you're 8th or 9th and you're playing a team respectfully that you should just roll over. You mean, oh, no, but we didn't lose. No, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. But people want to take quotes from before and then bring them forward and just make it sound cool. That's just joke on.
So we're both saying Chelsea draw.
I sound like Roy Keane today.
Honestly, I don't like myself in a footballing sense when Chelsea are this bad. So if I sound like Roy Keane, I'll be happy at this point. Liverpool-Brighton is the next game. This is where Eunice comes in with his weekly occurrence of Arne Slot's getting beaten again. I'm going to say Liverpool here. This is arguably bigger than the Inter Milan game because Anfield. I'd love to be a fly on the wall at Anfield or in the Kop or whatever because I wonder what the reception's going to be like here. Liverpool away fans, you go to the San Siro, always away fans are going to be loud. They're going to be back in the team. But I wonder what's going to happen. First of all, what's going to happen with Salah? We might know by the time this video goes out on Friday lunchtime. If he's going to feature, is he going to be dropped again? He's obviously invited his family. Will he even play? Was that a waste of some flights? Will he be trying to get reimbursement? Because he's being disrespected by the football club. Bro, Brighton. I want to ask you about them because against the big boys, they know, don't they? They know what they're doing.
They do, and I think in terms of system, I think Brighton will have their number here.
You reckon?
To an extent. I'm not saying Brighton are going to roll up and win.
What? You always say Liverpool are going to lose. But why are you letting us down today?
No. Because I don't trust Brighton enough away from home to keep their heads together like they do at the Amex. That's the only thing here. But
so you feel like a rock in a hard place right now, don't you? Because you really want to continue your Liverpool losing streak.
A bit.
But
I've got to be honest.
I think you should go for it.
But I've got to be honest. I see Liverpool struggling in this one. And again, because Anfield's quite a large ground, large pitch. Brighton love the space. I feel like Brighton, right now with Liverpool and their defensive frailties, right? Brighton will try to exploit that. And I feel like there's going to be a cloud over Anfield on this day.
Well, it's December. Likelihood is up north, bit of rain.
It's probably raining.
Slight sleet and drizzle.
Plus a hypothetical cloud. a Mo Salah cloud,
Yes.
right? Everyone's going to be focused on, hang on, is he going to play? Is he not? He won't start. There's no way he starts. He might not actually play. I have a fear, like you
don't
just
think he's gonna
mentioned,
play.
he brings his family and whatnot, doesn't even show up, like doesn't even get on the pitch.
Does
Like,
another
complete
interview to
waste of
Swedish
time.
television.
Guarantee he'll kick off. Guarantee. Like
Round 2.
I would be shocked. Now, Arnie Slot might do this just out of pure goodness out of his heart, if he has it in him.
Do you know what I think if he does that? What a fool. Your team are champions. You have not got time for testimonial matches in the middle of the season.
No, if Liverpool are like 2-0 up and it's the 80th minute, I reckon he might bring Salah on. Just if it is a case of a goodbye, he's like, go on then, have it.
Do you know what I think would be so funny? If Slot brings it, like 6 minutes of added time, brings it on in the 95th.
That would be taking
I
the
would
mick.
love that. I would absolutely love that. That would slot right into my weekend. That would be fantastic.
That would be taking the mix.
So you don't think Liverpool are going to win then?
I actually don't.
You don't?
No. Is it my score?
No, I was trying to trip you up there.
Oh.
I think Liverpool will win.
Do you?
I think Liverpool will win 2-1. I think Brighton, again, it's a coin flip for me. Brighton could easily win this game because they can show up against the big teams, but I think you're right. Their away form can sometimes be questionable. I think Liverpool are going to win this 2-1, and I think this will go down as a huge week for them. And I think maybe they'll start turning the corner.
You know, Brighton are actually pretty, I would say, hard to get past, right? They've had some good games lately. And they've had, except for the Aston Villa game, which was just pure basketball. But again, that goes to show just how far how potent they can be going forward. You know, you're putting 3 past Aston Villa. You know, yes, but you let him 4. But in other games, you know, they've been pretty efficient. Forest, Palace, 0-0. They drew against West Ham, which was a little bit of a. But I think overall they've got enough as a group to go to Anfield, who are down right now. Liverpool, who are basically, you know, trying to play on one leg. I reckon Brighton have what it takes to get something here. I'm gonna go with. I want to say 2-1 Brighton, but that might be my heart talking more than my head.
Speak it into existence. Go on. You've been good at predictions recently, Eunice, and it's because you've been following your gut, which is very close to your heart in grander scheme of the world.
I also want to say, yeah, no, you know what? Yeah, okay.
We're getting him.
Okay.
Go on then.
I was going to say 2-2. No, all right then. I'll go Liverpool 1, Brighton 2.
Yes, this
Come
is what I love about the predictions. It's, you know, some people call it peer pressure, others would call it tactics, and some would call it pure sanity at this point with the way that Liverpool's season has gone. So good luck to you. I hope that is correct.
Good luck to Mo Salah.
And I hope that I'm wrong. Burnley versus Fulham. This game for me is do or die for Burnley. I think if they lose this against a team who are down there at home just before Christmas, I think you might as well just open the trapdoor now and drop the Wolverhampton and the Burnley into the abyss, into the Championship, bring Super Frank up, give me Coventry next season. And yeah, I actually think that might be the case. I don't see Burnley getting a win anywhere.
They've lost 6 in a row.
Stinky. Really quite stinky.
Burnley are a mess. Honestly, no, look, I agree with you. I genuinely think this. Now, Burnley have got to make a decision. And I don't want to say this because I like Scott Parker. This has a geezer. Yeah. Like, every time I hear, like, I actually like hearing him speak because, you know, put a street soundtrack over the top of it, and all of a sudden you've got
People have done that.
You've got a hit single, yeah,
it works,
but it works every single time this brother speaks. But it can't go on. Surely, like if Burnley want to avoid relegation or give themselves a chance, I think this game is pretty important. If they do lose again, I think Burnley will be looking at replacements.
Possibly.
They have to. You can't keep someone on that's just losing every single game, like even if you're Burnley.
I think Fulham also recently have been pretty hard done by. I think the results have not been in alignment with their quality of performances. I think they've been relatively unlucky. But it's your score first, Eunice.
Fulham right now can actually get themselves up into a respectable position if they do win this game. Back into like 12th, around there. I expect... you know what? I'm actually going to say a draw.
Okay, Burnley are going to keep themselves just about in with a chance.
I don't think it's going to be a pretty game of football, I'll be honest. Don't watch this game. It's my advice. Unless you're a Burnley or Fulham fan, you've got no reason to watch this game. But I think Burnley are going to give their utmost. And I feel like this is just one of those games where Fulham just don't really do much. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Which they've been culpable of having this season so far. So I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1, okay. I think Fulham are going to win 2-1. I think they've got more than enough quality in that squad.
They should.
Good manager. And Burnley are relegated in my book. Say goodbye. And the next game is also another team that we waved goodbye to on this channel at least a while ago. It's top against bottom. It's Arsenal against Wolves.
Oh, God.
It's probably...
Oh, God.
I've never in my life been so sure of a score prediction. Not a score, because I don't know how many hands we're going to need for this game to count. Do you remember when we said there could be a 10-0 this season?
This is it.
Do you reckon? Do we get a bonus 10 points if we get that right? Can we agree on that?
No.
If one of us has the minerals to say 10, we get 10 points if it happens.
10-0.
Yeah.
But it's just not 10's not happening. Like you gotta like we need Auckland City to show up into this league for someone to win 10-0. It's not happening.
Mate, Auckland City are beating Wolves, mate. Honestly, don't disrespect the Auckland, yeah? They could come here and not even sleep, mate, on the flight. They could be there in the first class sipping champagne and they would still come to Wolves and win. Bro, like, 10-0, I'm saying it.
You're going 10.
But you know what? I don't know how many Arsenal were going to score. So to set, like, I'm looking at 3 points, yeah, to try and win the predictions every week.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say 10 because then if it comes in, I look like an absolute genius. But I don't know how many it will be. So I'm saying 10-0.
I'm going to give a realistic scoreline, yeah, for you guys. Right.
I'm going to have to tell the graphic designer, no, it's not a typo,
It's
mate.
not a typo.
I'm saying 10-0. I want my bonus points. I want to win. Going for the jugular.
I'm going to say 6-0. That's a realistic
Bro,
scoreline.
Wolves are going to win 1-0.
Wolves, what?
Bro, if Wolves win 1-0, if Wolves win this game...
then just, we're going to stop.
Do you want to know the truth of what happens if Wolves win 1-0?
We close shootout.
No, I'll be
And
so
we become
angry
a
at
food,
Enzo Maresca.
we'll become a food channel.
I blame him, Maresca, bro, because we would have then been joint top of the league if we didn't become rubbish. Like, nah, mate, honestly, we could become a baseball channel, bro.
There's legitimately, yeah. You know, I would
6-0.
start talking all sorts of American sports. You know, Tom Brady, FC.
No, I'll tell you what, my mate Barley messaged me this the other day. He's like, why don't you talk about the championship? We will next season when Wolves are in it. I tell you now, that is a fact because they're going down again and again and again.
I'm legitimately 6-0. I'm going
okay.
6-0.
Okay.
Like Arsenal kill them, surely.
Yeah, I think Wolves are going to get a red card. I think 10-0. I actually do think 10-0. Stick around to the end of the video. I promise you, real footballing analysis is coming right up. Palace versus Man City is the next game. Let's bring it back to some level of normality. I don't think there's going to be 10 goals in this one, personally. But I do think there could be some goals. And I'm not sure where this is going to go. And I'm going to let you tell me where this is going to go because I genuinely can't call this one.
You know what's mad here? If Palace get a result, they go level with City.
Wow. Palace fans were saying they were having an average season. They weren't necessarily over the moon.
It's amazing what can happen, isn't it? See? It's got to give something some time. You know? Wish I could say the same about us. But but right now, Palace are going a little bit under the radar. You know, before Palace actually had some attention because they were getting big results. They were looking really hard to get past and all of that. And then since then, we've actually had a couple of results where it's like, oh no, Palace should be doing better there. But they're still in and around. And then people almost forget about them, picking up results, slowly but surely. They're in the top 4. Now they're 3 points behind City. And you know what? this is the sort of game where City slip up normally.
I think you could be right, mate. I'm just going to say one thing, and I'm not going to say it out loud because that would give me a yellow card. But the universe has told me what the score's going to be here because of the time in which I looked at my phone. And if you look at yours, you will know what I'm talking about.
What, 12-11?
No. I can't say it because I don't want to get myself booked. I'm walking on a tightrope here today, creating new rules for the series, giving 10-0 score predictions. I genuinely can't call this. I think this could be a great game. Don't get me wrong. I think this is going to be a really good game. But I can't call it.
But you know, Man City have also picked themselves up here properly.
They're back.
They've won 4 on the bounce. They've got some big results. We saw the way that they dispatched of a Sunderland team that have been impressive this season. We saw what they did at the Bernabeu, albeit Real Madrid have their own problems. But this is the thing. Like, they come up against a team that, I mean, even prior to that, the 5-4 Fulham, 3-2 Leeds. City can and do league goals. Palace, I feel like can give them a game here. I'm going to go with...
Be bold. Go on. Do it.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Me too. It was 11-11 when I looked at you. And I didn't know what to say. So I'm like, we're going to go with the universe. 1-1. Let's have it then.
Yeah, I'm going 1-1.
I can't call it. I think it's going to be a good game, though. Sunderland, Newcastle. Oh, how we have missed this derby. And what an afternoon this is going to be.
This is the history of the Prem.
Mate, this is going to be unbelievable. I think Sunderland right now are going to be on cloud 9 still. I know that last time out wasn't a good result against Man City, but I feel like Sunderland's return to the Premier League has been building up to this moment.
100%.
Like, they've done really well, don't get me wrong. But to face Newcastle again, to be ahead of them in the Premier League table, when they're in the Champions League, don't get me wrong, but this is at the Stadium of Light. This is
it.
This is a huge game.
Do you remember watching Sunderland Till I Die?
Yep.
Yeah. So when that was going around and Sunderland were in the mud, like in League One and struggling, and the vibe of that moment and that entire documentary was, we got to get back to where Newcastle are. Yeah? Because that's how it works. Now, if you want to watch a game on Sunday and feel proper Premier League heritage, you got to tune into Sunderland Newcastle. This is where we're going to have an absolute war, and I'm all here for it.
Yes,
this is
it's going to be a corker.
And Sunderland, like you've said, for years have anticipated getting themselves back up and playing this game. For Sunderland, this is the biggest game of the season. Easily.
Last 5 years.
Easily.
Sure.
No, I mean, even like for them, when they look on the calendar, Sunderland fans, they'll go, where's Newcastle? Instantly. They don't care about City or Chelsea or Liverpool or Arsenal. Obviously, they do, but Newcastle.
Yeah.
Like, that's the derby. That's the one. They hate each other. Sunderland Newcastle is a war, and we finally get to see it after so long. I'm very glad that they're back just because of this. It's going to be a great game.
Absolutely. The Mackhams versus the Geordies.
And you know
Newcastle
what?
have played in midweek too.
Can I just say, Sunderland have been really good, so we're actually going to get a game.
Yeah.
This isn't Sunderland promoted, Newcastle going to wipe them. No. This is going to be a game.
And I think, like Sunderland conceding 3 last week. They've been very good defensively. Newcastle are kind of finding their feet a little bit now as well. They're scoring goals, leaking them as well. Start of the season, Nick Pope had more clean sheets than anyone else. It was a very good start from Newcastle in that sense. They're still down there though. And they played in Leverkusen on Wednesday night. It's a Sunday afternoon kickoff. Mate, I've got a feeling there's going to be a lot of goals in this game, but I'm going to go with what my head is saying is going to happen. I think Newcastle are going to go 2-0 up and Sunderland are going to pull it back and it's going to finish 2-2. That is my score prediction. I think it's going to be a brilliant game.
Right now, Sunderland are a point ahead of Newcastle, which is
it
mad
that
in
close?
itself. Yeah.
What? I thought they were like 5 ahead of them.
No. I mean, Newcastle managed to bounce themselves back a little bit. Sunderland did slip up with the loss to City. But this is what I'm saying. It's going to be a game. But you know what? Nick Waltermada against, like, Ballard or, like, whoever's going to be in that Sunderland back line. It's going to be a war. It's going to be a war. I can't wait for it. It's going to be amazing. it's hard to call. It's hard to call. I'll be honest, if this was at St. James's, I'll be giving it to Newcastle.
I agree.
But oh man, you know what? This is the sort of game. Who wants it more? And I think both are really going to want it. This is it. And Newcastle picked up some form. But you know what? I think Sunderland are going to be ready to die on that pitch on that day. And I'm going to go with... I'm going to give it to Sunderland.
Okay.
It is my score, right?
I've already given mine.
Yeah. So I'm going to go Sunderland 2, Newcastle 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huge win for Sunderland. Nottingham Forest versus Tottenham. Sean Dyche versus Thomas Frank. Spurs are back, I said, in the last video, in the Champions League roundup, after a 3-0 win against Slavia Prague. And with Forest, at the moment, it's hit and miss. Don't really know what we're going to get, but they are at home.
They're both hit and miss, aren't they?
I mean, this is the hit and miss derby, mate. This game might be postponed. We don't know. You never know, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I again, like, this is a little bit like the Palace Man City game, but for different reasons. Like, that game, I'm like, both really good teams. I rate both of them. Palace are at home. Man City, with good form, cancels itself out. For this one, like, any scoreline probability-wise, right, could happen here. It could be 0-0, it could be 4-4, it could be 4-3 to someone. I don't have a Scooby bloody do. And I wouldn't be surprised if Forest battered Tottenham and Tottenham just went back to their ways. But I think Spurs have been on a little bit of a run recently. I think the Newcastle draw was a good result for them. Romero pulling the team out of the mud in the northeast. But I can't call this. I'm glad this is your score first, because I think you might sway me here in some way.
You know what? For me, it's complicated, but yet so simple.
Enlighten me. That's blown my mind a little bit.
This is what we do on the shootout.
It is the history of the shootout at this point.
But what do I mean by that? This is a lottery. It's actually just a lottery. I can't speak about either side based on even like what they have, what they're going to bring, because they both look so unstable. You know, you expect things one week, you don't get it. Then you don't expect, then you do get what you initially expected. It's just like so hit and miss for both teams. But I do say one thing. I think Nottingham Forest and Sean Dyche are going to do their utmost to suffocate Tottenham. Now, whether they're going to be capable of doing that is a different story. And whether Tottenham are going to capitalise on that or not is a different story. Because sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
They've been good away from home too.
Yeah.
Spurs.
But I'm just going to base it on, again, it's a lottery. So let's go to probability. Let's go to form. Nottingham Forest have won, lost. And Spurs have lost, drawn, won. So what does that tell you? That means Forest...
I think it means it's going to get postponed.
Win, lose. That means this is a win for them. And Tottenham, well, they've gone lose, draw, win. That means they're going to lose this one. So I'm going 1-0 Forest.
All right, I'm going 2-1 Tottenham. Let's make this interesting then, because I don't have a flipping Scooby-Doo what's going to happen either.
I ain't got a clue in.
I don't have a clue.
That's as far as the analysis can go for this one, because anything can flip and happen in this fixture.
Spot on.
They both don't know what they're doing.
I can't believe I predicted a Spurs win here, but you've got to be tactical, you know. I've gone for the 10-pointer for Arsenal. I feel like I'm actually just throwing the towel. I'm not throwing the towel in. I genuinely believe in what I'm saying here, okay? Let us know your predictions in the comments down below too. We've got 3 games left this week. West Ham versus Aston Villa, mate.
The claret and blue derby.
This is the claret and blue derby. No Burnley. You won't be in that next season. But West Ham and Aston Villa... At the moment, Aston Villa are unstoppable.
They are actually unstoppable.
That win against Arsenal, I think, is going to spur them on big time. They play tonight. We don't know what the score is in Europe yet, but you lot will by the time you watch this one. West Ham, on the other hand, also have been quite impressive. I think they've had a couple of good results away from home. They've not lost matches I thought they may have lost. I think they'll be disappointed that they conceded against Brighton late the other game. The Man United draw, I think, was good. I think West Ham looked good in that match too. So part of me thinks that maybe at home they could surprise a few people here. But I, unfortunately for West Ham, can't see past Aston Villa right now. And at the moment, Villa's momentum is seriously concerning for the rest of the league. And I think they're going to sneak this 1-0.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's going to be tight, but I think they're going to get it.
Aston Villa have won 7 on the bounce.
Mental.
They've lost only 2 games since September. And that's it. They've been class. Proper class. And they're so... In terms of Unai Emery and the way that he's setting them up, they look so strong. You know, they look so solid. And they... Again, we go to systems. This is the conversation we had at the start of the video. They have a proper blueprint on how they play, and everyone knows their jobs properly. And everyone knows each other really well as well. The chemistry I see in that Villa team is brilliant. I don't think West Ham are going to have enough to stop them here. I'll be honest. I think Villa are going to do a pretty good job. Smooth criminal. Go in, get the job done.
Cruise and get out.
Cruise and get out. I'm going to go with West Ham. West Ham 0, Villa 2.
Okay, convincing. Aston Villa, we've got confidence on you here, but I mean, now we're hoping for a West Ham win, weirdly, for Chelsea, because we're falling away.
Villa, at the moment, in terms of where they are, again, they're not going to go top of the league. If Wolves somehow perform the miracle of all miracles...
Emergency video.
We're going to have to do a big emergency shootout video. But look, Villa 3 points behind Arsenal.
Well, to be fair,
basically.
if Chelsea Everton is same time, I think, as this Arsenal game. No, it's not. I'm making that up. That's nonsense. I'm talking waffle. So we won't be. No, it'll be the middle of the night. So Sunday, maybe an emergency vid if Wolves do win, but they're not going to. So don't worry. So 2-0 Villa.
Yeah, 2-0 Villa.
Brentford Leeds, big game, huge game. Another one. There's so many difficult matches to call this weekend because Brentford at home, I'm always looking at Brentford at home thinking they can beat anybody, which I stand by that. But Leeds United, they have kind of had Chelsea syndrome in the last week, turning up for the big games and all that. Will they be able to do it against the little ones?
Exactly that.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly that.
Daniel Farke was under pressure and then a spirited comeback against Man City, but to no avail. A demolition job against Chelsea, and in one of my favourite games I've watched this season against Liverpool, a 3-3 draw, but again, showing a tenacious side of Leeds. The thing with Leeds has always been, especially for me on this channel, can they put the ball in the back of the net? Will they score goals? They've scored 8 against 3 of the top 4 teams, supposedly Champions League teams in the league in the last few games. But can they convert that to Brentford?
This is the thing. God knows.
Mate, we've been up there. This is, in terms of like what you come here for, right? The amount of footballing knowledge that we have spewed out to you lot today has been on another level. It's been unparalleled. We don't have a Scooby-Doo, mate.
It's been diabolical today. No, but again, you see how at the beginning of this, you just mentioned in terms of how all the games are like, whoa, like they're all really tight. Well, that's because they are all really tight. When you look at the Premier League table, everyone's beating everybody.
And we did actually film a video that you lot haven't seen yet, where we've literally talked about this for about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You might see it soon. To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if this weekend doesn't really change anything.
No, it won't.
I reckon 9th will beat 3rd, and then they'll be even closer, and the sandwich will be like one of those New York bagels. Do you know? Have you had a proper New York bagel before, mate?
Not from New
They're
York.
about as wide as my head.
Yeah.
And it's full of ingredients.
Yeah.
They're only about $10. Really good. That's honestly, if I'd have been in New York for one more week in the summer, I'd have gone over 100 kilos, I swear.
Honestly.
Sensational place for food.
Well, we might get a 100-kilo fixture here between Brentford and Leeds.
How are we working that one out? Yeah, no, it's going to be a ton, mate.
It's 5-5 or something crazy. No, you know
I
what?
reckon there's going to be bare goals, you know.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
You don't think so?
No, Leeds, I think this is a sort of game Leeds actually just lose. I think you're right. Like, I think against the big teams, they're like, you know, they show up and they saved their skin. Farke as well as managed to buy himself, I think, substantial time with the results against Liverpool and Chelsea. Brentford, when you actually look at Brentford, they're like Brighton. Away from home, they're a joke. At home, they're really hard to beat.
4th best home record in the league.
Yep.
They've won 5 out of 7 at home.
Exactly. And Leeds, I think, are the sort of team that Brentford should be able to capitalise in terms of Leeds' defence and the way that Leeds do leak goals. I see this going one way in terms of Brentford getting 3 points.
Score prediction, Eunice?
I'm going to go 3-1 Brentford.
Wow. I'm going to give Leeds some credit, and I'm going to say that they've actually turned a corner, and I think they're going to get a 1-1 draw. I can't say Brentford are going to lose. They've only lost 1 in 7. But I think Leeds will get something here, and I'm actually kind of going tactical here. I think there's a possibility this could be a high-scoring draw, or Brentford could smash them like 4-2. But I'm going to go 1-1 based on some probabilities.
I think Leeds are going to be exhausted.
You reckon?
I think what they've put in against Chelsea and then what they put in against Liverpool to get themselves back from behind, they're going to fall. This is the exact game that they don't want to play straight after those games, I think. I think they would have wanted to play Wolves.
But are we speaking about physical level? Because...
And mental.
I don't know, man. I think
mental.
I think with some teams, you can... Obviously, it takes a lot out of a team like Leeds to play against the quality of opposition of Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool in the space of 7 days, basically. But I think the mental fortitude that can be gained as a result of overcoming those fixtures with a positive outcome is going to physically help Leeds here. I think they're going to be so excited now to go out there and express themselves, see what they can do. And I think credit to Daniel Farke. I think he's understood what to do here. Play to the strengths of what you've got. I wish Chelsea could do that. I wish Maresca would do that right now.
But, I mean, with Leeds, it's a case of they put themselves fully up for those fixtures and then they executed. But that energy that's required to hit that level, a team like Leeds are not going to maintain that. Like, to keep that sort of mental fortitude going, that level of focus and concentration, they just don't have the players of the level to maintain that. They just don't. It's Leeds. With all due respect, like, you're gonna have to be a top team fighting for a Champions League spot to have that ability. They did it against the big teams. Against Brentford, I just don't see them maintaining. They're gonna dip.
Fair enough. I think that's a very fair prediction. The likelihood is you're probably going to be right based on Brentford's home form. Igor Thiago to score a couple of penalties again. You know what's going to happen. It's the history of the Premier League at this point, the history of the Brentford. Final game of the weekend, and this really has become the history of the Premier League. Let's just make Man United the big boys, yeah? Let's put them on TV so that they can be the finals narrative of the week. You know what? I reckon they've done this with Gary Neville's podcast, you know? I reckon there is a little vendetta against everybody else who's trying to, do a Premier League roundup on a Monday when you should do.
I don't understand. They're playing every Monday. They've become Monday FC.
Mate, literally. Monday Chester United,
What is this?
Manchester.
I don't understand. Why are Man United being put every single Monday now? Is this like Monday Night Man United? The new Monday Night Raw? What's going on?
It's becoming a little bit jarring, isn't it? But, it is what it is. I'm not actually that bothered by it. There are other things that wind me up more in the world, such as Chelsea losing in Atalanta. I can get over Man United playing on a Monday. But Manchester United, we've got to talk about them a little bit because we seem to miss them out on the roundup because we film when all of the games are done bar Man United because they're always the late game. They got the job done against Wolves.
Who didn't?
Who doesn't? Yeah, facts. One man I want to ask you about.
In fact, disgrace, Man United. You conceded. How dare you?
Yeah, to be fair, there was a point in the match where we were like, oh, hang a bat. Bellegarde equalised, but it was all in vain. Mason Mount is back in the goals for Manchester United. And I think he's going to score again here.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think Man United are like... And we've said this all year. They're kind of at this like crossroad point now, where a couple of wins and they're in the Champions League.
Yeah.
One bad result and everybody's talking about
and they're
Ruben
15th.
Amorim again.
Yeah.
And the Premier League right now is so tight and so close. I wish you guys got to see this video actually, but you will see it eventually because this is why it's so difficult to predict these games. Because Bournemouth were, drawing against Chelsea is not exactly like an amazing result, but in consideration to what Bournemouth were doing, like they were conceding goals, losing matches, and then they kept a clean sheet at home to Chelsea and looked pretty comfortable. But I don't think this will be the same at Manchester United. I think United's attack is starting to click a little bit. And I think they're going to score, and they're going to score 3, and they're going to win 3-1.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Bournemouth are weird. Bournemouth started off so good, and showed a lot of promise, and then just fell off a cliff.
It was post-Semenyo news that he's going to go.
It was, wasn't it?
Literally, the moment that he announced basically he was leaving, it's all capitulated.
Yeah, it has. And I don't know what to think about Bournemouth, man. I think there's a good team there. But, you see, if they were playing anyone else right now, I'd have them losing this game. But then again, it's United. This is the sort of game that Bournemouth will bounce back with because it's United at Old Trafford.
Well, we've had a couple of jeopardy results here today. You've said Liverpool will lose to Brighton. I've said Liverpool will beat Brighton.
Yeah.
You've said Forest will beat Spurs. I've said Spurs will beat Forest. Are we going to go against the grain for the third time in this video?
This should be routine for United, but this is not the history of the United as of late, and I feel like they're going to make it really hard for themselves. I actually anticipate some complacency for Man United in this fixture.
I'm going to say I hope so.
And I reckon because of that, I'm going to say 1-1.
I think that's a good prediction. I think that is a likely scoreline, potentially.
And Bournemouth, look, surely Bournemouth will do a win from somewhere. You know, but at the same time, I don't think they're good enough at the moment at all. Like, they're actually, their form right now is down there with Wolves and Burnley. It's really bad.
Yeah, and they've also got to be careful because West Ham have been looking better. Fulham looking better. Results, I think, will come. And Forest will expect to go on some kind of better run of form than they've had for the majority of this season. So, by all accounts, Bournemouth, you're not safe yet. And you do play Chelsea again soon, so don't worry. But yeah, that is another week of Premier League predictions in the bank. Let us know yours in the comments down below. And I guess draw the raffle for how many goals Arsenal will score against Wolves. That's the main question in my mind now.
Let us know your Arsenal predictions against Wolves down in the comments. We want to know that one specifically, right? How many goals do Arsenal score?
You wait, it's going to be an own goal and like a Zubimendi pass from 7 yards, 2-0, comfortable Arsenal win now.
If Wolves somehow win this game, just shut the Premier League off. Like, mate, close it down.
At this point, I'm going to start. Yeah. I'm watching the K League and the J League after this, mate. I'll take a trip to Japan, no problem.
Honestly, there's no way. Let us know in the comments.
Subscribe. See you in a bit.